Very good morning, students. Now we are about to start Unit 2. Under Unit 2, it is labeled Wit and Humor. And on the left side of your text page, you can find this picture comprehension. So please go through this and try to answer as per your best of understanding and your creative thought process, the related ones. And in continuation of this, we have under reading A and reading B, a wonderful one-act play, a comic play, and how the relations among the family members are getting affected day by day with the progress of time. So it is labeled as The Dear Departed. And here are few characters. The drama is with a backdrop of a British backdrop, and here are the few characters. The major characters are 6. Mrs. Amelia Slater, Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan, both of these are sisters, and Henry Slater, Ben Jordan. These are the husbands of Amelia and Elizabeth respectively. And Victoria Slater is the daughter of Henry Slater and Amelia. And an elderly character, Abel Merriweather, an aged person. So, the play backdrop is in a home, in their residence, where Amelia is looking after the father, and by no means she is interested about the father with love and affection, and she is purely concentrated about his belongings, his money and wealth. So, the character Amelia feels the father passed away and would like to have a plan, a plot, how to grab his property, and so invites for the funeral ceremony her sister Elizabeth, and both of them also feels prejudice about each other in sharing the property of the father. They are least bothered of the father and his related matters. Whereas the husbands are not that much aggressive towards the father, towards their father-in-law. And Victoria Slater, who is an younger of about 10 years, she feels very much affectionate about grandpa, but it's of no use to do something with parents. So at last the old person who expected to be dead wakes up and gets down to the downstairs, and all of them get disappointed for missing all the distribution of property among themselves. This is what the comic story goes on as a play. So here are the characters, they are uttering some dialogues, and the colloquial action continues in the English backdrop. So rather than we read it out, and I suggest you to please go through all the dialogues of all the different characters to better understand it in advance. And before I sum up this, I expect you to watch the drama. Here is a wonderful drama performed by students of Pragati Vidya Niketan, your senior students. So let us watch it. Then we'll have a review or the comments over it. Okay? Let us watch the drama.
Slaughter is seen laying the table. She is a rigorous, plump, red-faced, vulgar woman, prepared to do any amount of straight talking to get her own way. She is in black. She goes to the window, opens it, and calls into the street.
Victoria! Victoria! Did you hear me? Come in, will you?
Victoria, a precocious girl, often dressed in colors, enters.
I'm amazing, Victoria. I really am. Be off now and change your dress before your Aunt Elizabeth and Uncle Ted come.
What are they coming for? They haven't been for ages.
They're coming for you to talk about your grandpa's issue. Your father sent them a telegram as we found you were dead.
Henry Slaughter, a stooping, heavy man with a dropping moustache, enters. He's wearing a black tailcoat and grey trousers.
I'm wondering if they will come at all. If you and Elizabeth quarrel, she said she'd never set her foot in your house again.
Of course, Henry. She'll come to her property.
Haha, I suppose it's in the family. Where are my slippers?
In the kitchen. But you need a new pair. Those old ones are nearly worn out.
Oh, can you bring it?
Here, you better wear my father's slippers.
Haha, they'll be very small for me, dear.
They'll stretch, won't they? Henry, I have been thinking about the bureau which is in my father's bedroom. You know, I always want to have it.
You must arrange with Elizabeth when you are dividing the things up.
Elizabeth, if she sees that bureau, she'll bargain over it.
Yeah, perhaps. She's got around the bureau as well.
Yes, I think she's never been here when father bought it. Let's bring down Henry.
Suppose when we are doing if they come at all.
Then I immediately close the front door. Get your coat off and we'll change it.
Okay, let's do it.
Mrs. Slaughter goes out to fasten the front door. Henry takes his coat off. Mrs. Slaughter reappears.
I'll run up and move the chairs on the way.
Okay.
Victoria appears, dressed according to her mother's instruction. What have you got to go for, father?
Mother and I are going to bring down the grandpa's bureau down here.
Are you trying to pinch it?
No, my child. Your grandpa gave it to your mother before he died.
This morning?
Yes.
Huh, he was drunk this morning.
Oh, shit.
Mrs. Slaughter appears carrying a handsome clock under her arm.
That's Grandpa's clock.
Be quiet, it's ours now. I thought I should bring this clock down.
Yeah.
It will be beautiful on our mantelpiece.
She puts it on the mantelpiece.
It's beautiful. Henry, we'll bring the bureau. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Henry and Mrs. Slaughter, very hot and flushed, stagger in with a pretty old-fashioned bureau containing a log desk. They put it where the chest of drawers was and straighten the ornaments, etc.
Move that side, Amelia.
Father, can I close the door?
Yeah, close it. Keep the door. Ah, is it your father's?
Yes, it's a nice one.
Yeah, looks good. It's amazing. Since I didn't go to his room, I didn't notice it.
I noticed many times.
There is a knock at the door.
Victoria, go ahead and open the door.
Victoria ushers in Ben and Mrs. Jordan. The latter is a stout, complacent woman with an irritating air of being always right. She is wearing an outfit of new mourning.
Well, Amelia, he has gone at last.
Yes, he was just 72, a fortnight, last Sunday.
Now, Amelia, you must not give away.
Victoria, go there.
And now, perhaps you tell us all about it.
Father had been married this morning. He went down to pay his insurance.
Well, he did a good thing.
He always was thoughtful in that way. He was too honorable to have gone without paying his premium.
And when we finished the dinner, I thought I should take something for him on the tray. But he was quite cold. So I kept a tray on the chest of drawers and to waken him. But he was asleep.
And when I entered his room, he was undressed and snuck on bed.
Yes. Shall we have tea or will you go out and look at him?
What do you say, Ben?
I'm not particular.
Well, if the kettle is ready, we can have the tea first.
Okay.
Mrs. Latter puts the kettle on the fire and gets tea ready.
And well, Ben, how are you going on?
I'm fine.
You are easy?
Same.
Victoria. Well, you don't know that it will be happen very surprisingly and he'll lose.
Yes.
But somebody or other have to die.
What do you think about the announcement of the papers?
Yeah, forgot it, yeah.
I was thinking of that. What would you put? Well, we'll think about it later. And then we make the rest of his things. There is all furniture in his room.
Yeah, there are no valuables or jewelry of this sort.
Except his gold watch. He promised that to our Jimmy.
Promise to your Jimmy? I never heard that.
Hello.
But he did Amelia when he was living with us. He was very fond of Jimmy.
Well, I don't know.
Anyhow, there is the insurance money. Have you got the receipt we paid this morning?
I haven't seen it.
Mother, I don't think Grandpa went to pay his insurance this morning.
He went out.
Yes, he went, but he didn't go to pay his insurance. He went down to the church.
Was it overdue?
I think it was overdue.
Something tells me he's not paid it.
The drunken old beggar.
He's done it on purpose just for noise.
But I have wanted him for 5 years.
Oh,
But I
Amelia.
have to put up with him for 5 years.
But you're always trying to turn him over to us.
Oh, Amelia, now. Let's talk calm. Be calm.
Victoria,
Yes,
run
ma'am.
upstairs and bring the bunch of keys which is in your father's dressing table.
In Grandpa's room?
Yes.
I can't do that, Mom.
Why?
I'm afraid.
Don't talk so silly, Victoria. There is no one to hurt you. I think he's receiving the bureau.
In where is this thing?
When did you pick that up, Amelia? It's new. Since last I was here.
Henry picked it.
See it? Yeah, forgot it. I have to get it.
Yes, he picked it.
Victoria returns very scared. She closes the door after her.
Mother,
What happened, my child?
Grandpa's getting up.
What do you say?
Grandpa is getting up.
What?
The girl is crazy. No, I saw. Grandpa is getting up.
Victoria, calm down.
Don't talk so silly, Victoria. Don't you know your grandfather said?
No, he's getting up.
Listen.
They are transfixed with amazement. Victoria clings to Mrs. Lantern. They look at the door. He is obviously either the old man, Abel Merryweather, or else his ghost.
What's the matter, Ricky? What's the matter, Ricky? Hello, Ben. How is yourself? And what brings you here?
Father, is that you?
Of course, it's me. Don't do that, Amelia.
You took us by surprise, Father.
What?
Are you keeping quite well?
Yeah, but a little bit of headache. What the dickens did you do with my new slippers?
Aren't they hurt, Father?
stretch them. Maybe comfortable for you.
Yes, I told him to put them, father, because they'll stretch.
I don't call that delicate. Stepping into your dead man's shoe in such haste.
What? What are you talking?
Oh, Grandpa, I'm so glad that you're not dead.
Hold your tongue, Victoria.
Who's gone dead? What are you talking about?
No one, father, no one. Victoria says she's sorry about your head.
Oh, thank you. I'm feeling right better. Why are you in black today? Everyone.
Relation of Ben had died.
And what relation of Ben?
Brother.
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 Brother. And what's your name? What's his name?
Isaac.
Isaac. And where did your brother Isaac die?
Australia.
Oh. It's been so sorry about hearing this. No, let's sit. With Dolly. Please.
I'll make tea.
Oh. Amelia and Henry, what the devil do you mean by shifting my bureau into out of my bedroom?
What bureau was that, father?
That one I brought.
Was it the one, father?
Hey, that's it. Now, why is here? Do you hear me? Why is here? I'm asking.
Nothing, father.
Just for a purpose so that you can look handsome here too. Oh. Why, father? Don't you like it?
Yeah, so tasty.
Not the tea, father.
You.
No!
You don't like it?
No, I don't.
Oh, we will shift to your room. Well, after.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are all of you in mourning?
Yes.
I'll tell you what is going on, father. Nothing short of trouble.
Now, Elizabeth.
And you too. Are you such a poor creature that you must do everything?
Someone tells me what's going on.
Yes, father, I will. I'll not see you robbed.
Who's gone robbing me?
Amelia and Henry, they have stolen your clock and the bureau. They have entered into your room like thieves and stolen your things after you were dead.
Who's gone dead?
Be quiet, Elizabeth.
I'll not be quiet. Oh, I call it double-faced. After you were dead, I say.
Who's dead? I'm not dead.
You, father.
Oh, so you all thought that I was dead. And that's why you're all in black. I understand.
Father.
Father, if I did anything wrong, I'm sorry about it.
It's been a little bit late to say it now, but neither it put it up with you or not. But I have to say it.
What's that, father?
Now I have three things to do this Sunday.
Grandpa, what's that?
And first thing was to go to law and apply my will.
Okay. Next one.
And the second thing was I have to go to St. Philip's Church and get married.
Married?
What?
Get married?
Yes.
Grandpa, you're getting a new grandma?
What the, Victoria?
You're out of your senses.
No. I'm right. I have to get married.
No, father. Are you serious?
You don't? It seems you should not be happy to the way you have treated me. And now it's been a long. You are robbing me.
Opening the door. He goes out. The curtain falls.
And
Yes, children. Hope you enjoyed this drama performed by your senior students. And this is what the total characters behave. And a lot of disappointment that was dragged at the end of the drama for both the sisters. And as a whole, it is a comic ending. And through this drama, we need to understand how we are supposed to think in narrating some dialogues for a character. Because under major discourses, we have even drama script as a writing for 10 marks. So in view of this, we are supposed to make a differential thinking process for the characters we create, because all that is imaginary thing we are going to write in the examination. So how you like the character is supposed to behave, that is up to you. So that accordingly, according to your views, according to your imagination, according to the backdrop you create, and according to the scene of action, so we are supposed to make dialogues. So hope this watching of drama can make you a better understanding about your writing a drama script. Okay, thank you very much, and you please go through the worksheet based on this. Okay, thank you.